And staying with the Trump administration, in another major crackdown on transgender athletes, the State Department has now reportedly ordered officials to deny visas to trans players and impose lifetime bans on those who misrepresent their birth on sex on applications. According to the directive, which was obtained by The Guardian, visa officers will now enforce a permanent fraud bar under the Immigration and Nationality Act. The provision triggers a near irreversible ban from the country. Secretary of State Marco Rubio issued the order weeks after President Donald Trump signed an executive action banning transgender women from competing in female sports.
In cases where applicants are suspected of misrepresenting their purpose of travel or sex, you should consider whether this misrepresentation is material such that it supports an ineligibility finding.
The Commander-in-Chief also instructed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to ensure visa denials for men attempting to fraudulently enter the United States while identifying themselves as women athletes ahead of the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Last month, the State Department froze all applications for passports with X gender markers that mandates all government-issued identification documents to reflect an individual's immutable biological classification as either male or female.
In Los Angeles in 2028, my administration will not stand by and watch men beat and batter female athletes, and we're just not going to let it happen, and it's going to end, and it's ending right now, and nobody's going to be able to do a damn thing about it, because when I speak, we speak with authority.
The policy extends beyond the Olympics, impacting several women's leagues along with future international competitions in the U.S. And visa officers are also instructed to scrutinize birth certificates when discrepancies arise and label such cases with SWS25 for tracking.
It's normal to say that people accused of fraud or misrepresentation are often considered to be ineligible. It's usually a case-by-case determination, but it is quite bizarre and novel in a terrible way to be saying it's based on their misrepresenting their sex or gender in order to come and participate in an event in the United States.
And not just professional sports, but the president's order also directs the Department of Education to investigate high schools that allow transgender athletes in girls' sports. And schools violating Title IX regulations could also lose federal funding. The International Olympic Committee has responded very cautiously, stating it will continue discussions with U.S. authorities. Meanwhile, Republicans argue the bans protect fairness in women's sports, while LGBTQ+ advocates call them discriminatory.
In the position as leader of the IOC, and other governments, either it be Canada or other nations who have policies on human rights, that this is a time to stand up and to be able to say we can do better, and we're not going to allow this type of language and this type of behavior to become a vacuum within our communities, let alone in the United States.
And on his first day back in office, President Trump redefined sex as strictly male or female, removing gender identity protections. And with the 2028 Olympics still years away, the global response remains to be seen.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million, that's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.